to them? Can we talk to them?
You guys are more welcome to, but it's just right here. They will talk to them.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just refuse service. That we there's no reason. But that's what we're gonna go ahead and do today. I will go ahead and I'll take that. If you guys could go ahead and please leave the store, we'd really appreciate it.
Wait, so why do you have to leave the store?
Because we're just refusing service. We don't have to have a reason.
I think you should have a reason for kicking us out of the store. We're just shopping here. What is your reason?
To be quite completely honest with you, I don't have to have a reason. I'm just letting you guys know.
So, are you going to kick everyone else out of the store too?
It's funny. If we have the right to refuse service to anybody, so I'm having the right to refuse service to you guys. I don't have to have a reason. So that is my reason. So I'm just asking you guys to please leave the store today.
It's ridiculous. It's really happening. So you've seen us steal before? Is that what you're saying?
Nobody said that at all.
That's what he said. That we're repeat shoplifters here.
We've seen you in here before. I didn't say
I have
that.
not been here. So I haven't been here. I don't even know the last time.
To be honest with you guys, we've seen you in here plenty of times before.
Us too.
Yeah, we've seen people.
Do you have like a picture? Because it's not us.
I don't need to show you guys. I'm refusing service to you guys today. I've asked you guys to please leave the store. I don't need you guys to get violent or anything like that.
Violent?
You guys are.
Let's go.
If you guys want, If you guys want, I'll talk to you guys outside.
How are we getting violent? Violent. It's crazy. I can't.
So y'all just saw that video right there. Before I even get into it, shout out to this Filmora software that I'm using, because this video actually has some background music in there. And you know how H&M is with their stores. They got all that techno runway music playing in the background, and I was worried about the copyright, but I was able to find a way to get that music up out of there, and you can only hear the exchange. So in case y'all haven't seen it already, this video has gone viral on social media. Well, I first saw it on Twitter, where you had these two black girls, and I'm gonna put their pictures up there probably towards the end of the video, or maybe somewhere after I get through explaining what was going on, where they were just casually shopping in H&M like everybody typically does, or whatever the case may be, when all of a sudden they had security just come over to them, and that was the guy you saw at the beginning of the video, and then he was talking to them. And I believe that's probably where they just started the video at, because they're probably like, okay, what's going on? Why is security talking to us? We're just in here shopping. And then they have an encounter with this employee that's working here. I don't know if she's a regular employee or if she's the store manager or whatever the case may be. And she's up there literally accusing them of stealing. Like, she literally tells them that they have to leave the store, like takes away the item that they're getting ready to purchase and says they just have to leave the store. And when they're trying to get an explanation as to why they have to leave, she sits up there, and I can tell this is just a straight up lie. And she says, I don't have to give you a reason as to why you need to leave. You just have to leave. I said, that's some bullshit, because if you want someone to leave your establishment, there has to be a reason as to why you're doing that. If you're going to accuse them of stealing, you have to have undeniable proof that that's exactly what they were coming in there to do, or that is what they were in the process of doing. Nowhere did you see them trying to stuff something in a bag or try to hide something in a shirt or wherever the case may be, but you just saw them in there and you said, oh, you just have to leave. And again, I think the part that got me too is the fact that there was no reason given. When they were asking her, she was like, I don't have to give you a reason. And also claimed to say, went on to say, oh, we have a right to refuse service. I need to know where in their guidelines does it say that we just have a right to refuse you service just because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Then it goes on to say, she went on to say that you've been caught stealing before, and then the girls came back and said, we've been caught stealing. They said, we haven't been here. I think one said that I haven't been here, and another one says it's been a long time since I've been in an H&M, and you know, there's never been an issue before. Then, you know, they said that if there was proof that we have stolen before, can you pull up a camera, a surveillance, some pictures of us stealing? And she was basically saying like, no, I don't have to show you anything. Why that is because there's nothing to show. And I also noticed too is that they kind of reverted over to the security guard a little bit, and he was getting ready to say something, but in the midst of the conversation he just stopped, because he was basically about to be on the girl's side and says, hey, there's no proof that they've been stealing before. And I think the worst part was when the woman lied on them and claimed that again that they stole something, but there was no proof, and then gaslit them at the end and try to says, we don't want you to be turned violent. That's what she was trying to get them to do. She was trying to gaslight them into getting maybe into a physical altercation with her, or to yell at her, or to cuss her out in that store. That way she could have a reason, a real reason, to now claim that they shouldn't be here in the store. And then the security was right there to quote unquote back her up. So this woman literally put on the whole Karen act routine, and for whatever reason, and just kick these girls out. Now, when I was looking at, like I said, when I look at the girls, they probably look like they maybe, if I had to guess, maybe 15, 16, no older than 17. They look like they're definitely minors. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is exactly why I don't be shopping in them stores. I can't remember the last time I went into an H&M, let alone walked past one. Because, you know, H&M is typically a mall store. It's not one of those stores that you find all to itself. 99.9% of the time, if you're going to run into an H&M, it's typically going to happen at a mall. And by the way, this is a picture of the two sisters right here. Like, again, just blatantly sat up there and lied and accused them of wanting to steal out of the store. And I don't know what this woman was standing to gain out of it, but I'm glad they recorded it, and I'm glad that they got her imagery. And I don't know what H&M this happened at. I don't know what city, what state, what mall this occurred in, but hopefully people don't go back to the store, and hopefully she has been reported. Now, I don't know what happened after they left the store, because they, you know, they was out there talking. The cop says come outside and talk with me, so I don't know what happened because the camera cuts off after that. But it seems to me like the security wasn't being hostile towards them. He wasn't trying to move them out of the store. He was trying to handle it in a calm tone. But that woman, she was being what you call passive aggressive. Basically, she was being a certain type of way to these girls, but not in a very aggressive way. She was being very, like they say, passive aggressive. She wasn't being aggressive with them, where of course it would have been much more intense behind her actions. Now, when I was scrolling through and I was looking at the video and I was looking at the comments, something happened at an H&M. Well, not at an H&M, but with the H&M company back in 2018. And I don't know why I forgot about it until I saw someone post this screenshot in the thread in which I found this video. Who remembers back in 2018 when H&M had put up a picture, not a picture, but they put some apparel on out there, and it was a picture of a black boy or a monkey image, and it says featuring a black child, and I think it was called the coolest monkey in the jungle. I believe that's what it was called, and I think I did talk about that when that occurred. So this is not surprising coming from H&M, because as you can see, they have dabbled in anti-blackness before, and I think a lot of black people stopped shopping with them when that happened. Now, when this occurred, now this is why I'm not going to completely fault those girls for going in the store even with this, because you got to think, these girls are teenagers. When this happened, this was in 2018, which means they were even younger when this happened, so they probably didn't understand what was going on at the time. They probably didn't even know that this occurred at the time, because a lot of people don't really be checking for H&M like that. But that one stuck out because it was a very controversial discussion. It was a very controversial piece of merch too, and they got a lot of backlash behind it. And like I said, I think a lot of black customers ended up not dealing with them anymore after that ended up occurring, which in my honest opinion, I can completely honestly say I can't even fault them for it. I can't even be mad at it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this story down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.